Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, and this is the sequel, long-awaited sequel to Beetlejuice from Tim Burton, and Tim Burton is back for this sequel. Danny Elfman is back doing the score, and boy does this have the vibes. Tim Burton really feels like he's getting back to his roots in this film. There's a bunch of awesome practical effects. There's stop motion. The giant sandworm looks great with stop motion. There's a whole sequence because like the crux of the film is Charles Deetz winds up passing away because, you know, they needed to get some kind of way to get Jeffrey Jones out of this movie, and they have like this like little side stop motion animated sequence of like what happened to him, and there's just so much personality in this film. Like, you have these bonkers sequences. There's one particular sequence with Monica Bellucci and the song Tragedy by the Bee Gees, and it just works so well. There's a later sequence. It's a crazy, over-the-top, fantastical wedding sequence to this one particular song. Beetlejuice cuts to this old-timey, it was like German narration of him telling his connection to Monica Bellucci's character, and it's just like, this is wild. When Tim Burton's really leaning into his stuff, he's really leaning into his stuff. And you have Bob and the whole other rest of the shrunken head guys in like the giant suits and everything. The practical effects are just amazing. And there's so much personality in this film and so many fun elements of storytelling, and it just catches you in this whimsy of just wildness, and it's so much fun. And there's plenty of great laughs along the way. Very charismatic performances, and that kind of vibe works for the film. Now, narratively, it's all over the place and way overstuffed. And what's interesting is the first half of this film is set up, and you're like, we're going along, and then the action hits, and then it like speed runs through a whole bunch of stuff. So like the pacing in this movie isn't the best. And like I said, it's overstuffed. You take a step back and you kind of wonder what the hell was the point of Monica Bellucci's character Dolores even being in this movie. You have Willem Dafoe's Wolf Jackson, who's like an actor who's now a hard-boiled cop. He is absolutely hilarious. His commitment to the bit is so great. But he's kind of tertiary. He's just kind of there to come in and have some fun. You have this whole entire subplot with Jenna Ortega's character, who winds up falling in love with this kid in town, and where that goes is wild and becomes such a big part of the story for like a third of it, and then is easily dispatched with, and you're just like, well, that's anticlimactic. And there's just so many moving pieces here, and we're following Astrid, who's Jenna Ortega's character, the daughter of Lydia, Winona Ryder's character, coming back from the original film, and her whole journey. She has this, like, overly sensitive manager played by Justin Theroux, who definitely wants to marry her, and their dynamic is so weird, and Justin Theroux is so committed to this obnoxious character, and he does a very good job with it. I think Jenna Ortega's, delivering that Jenna Ortega-ness to it. And, she's so expressive, and there's, like, little details. And so is Winona Ryder. So, honestly, they kind of work well together as mother and daughter. But, when it's to Lydia, it all comes back to winding up having to get back into the sights of Beetlejuice. You have Delia Deetz. Catherine O'Hara is just killing it. She's just amazing in this movie and absolutely hilarious and has so many great moments. But Michael Keaton, who Beetlejuice is used in such a strange way narratively in this film. And there's like these added elements to his story, and you think that based off of the beginning of the movie that his relationship with this Dolores character is going to be like the biggest plot point of the movie, and it really isn't. This film is so scatterbrained that it really doesn't know where to focus. But the thing is, when Michael Keaton's on screen, he steals it. Like, without question. He is so committed to this Beetlejuice character and really just brings him to life in such an impressive way. It just works so well. He's so much fun. He is so demented and disgusting and weird. The world building here is great. There's one particular thing about a train that shepherds souls, and the running gag that they have with it is delightful. I loved it every time that it popped up on screen. This is a film that is so much fun, has so many great laughs, technically is so just inspired in terms of how it's put together. The narrative is so messy, but the performances are strong too. So there's a lot to really enjoy about this, and I think that net enjoyment is in the positive. It's just if you take a step back and really think about this plot, this narrative, it is a mess. A mess for sure, messes with the pacing, but there's a lot of elements here that work emotionally and just having a fun time. But those are my thoughts on Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.